Hello and welcome everyone. I am so excited to paint this beautiful glowing lotus painting with you all. So now let's grab all your materials and start this painting. These are the materials we are using today. Let's begin by painting the night sky. To create the perfect dark blue shade, we will mix cerulean blue, deep cyan and black. Remember, we are aiming for a rich dark blue tone that's not too overpowering and dark. This captivating color will set the stage for our entire painting. And now we will apply this to the sky in step 1. And let's add some white in the horizon of the sky, and I'm blending the color. And now carefully remove the tape. Moving on to step 2, we will bring the serene river to life. To create the river's dark blue hue, we will mix cerulean blue, deep cyan and black, and we will apply this color to the center of the canvas. Next, we will expand the river's presence by filling the remaining space on the canvas. To add depth and dimension, we will enrich the existing mixture with a touch of more deep cyan and cerulean blue and black, and yielding a darker shade, and this darker tone will be applied to the left side of the canvas. So with this gentle blending, the colors will merge and our beautiful river will flow gracefully across the canvas. Now the river is ready. Let's bring the forest to life by creating the lush leaf foliage. To achieve this, I recommend using a hawk hair brush or a worn out old bristle brush, and its texture fibers will add organic depth to our painting. So first we will mix this cerulean blue and deep cyan and black to have a dark and rich shade of blue, and with our hawk hair brush we will gently tap the color onto the canvas. To add depth and dimension, let's mix a deep cyan and black to produce an even richer and darker color. With this darker shade, we will strategically add touches of depth and shadow throughout the forest, applying the color here and there to create a sense of volume and texture. This subtle layering will enhance the overall sense of realism in our painting. With our forest painting taking shape, we are now ready to add branches and tree trunk. Using black paint, we will carefully draw straight lines to define the branches' shape and structure. Feel free to add more branches as desired. This will help bring depth and texture to our tree, adding another layer of visual interest to this painting. Now let's paint a soft misty fog between the river and the forest. To achieve this, we will mix cerulean blue and white with a touch of water to create a delicate and watery paint. Using a makeup brush, gently apply this paint to the area. Then you have to switch to another makeup brush to softly spread the color. This will help create a subtle foggy effect that adds depth and atmosphere to our painting. Moving on to the opposite bank of the river, we will now paint the forest mirroring the lush foliage we created earlier. To replicate the forest, we will repeat the process. First, mix the color deep cyan blue and black to create the signature foliage color. So using the same hawk hair brush, I am using the same tabbing motion to apply the color to the canvas. And we will mix black to the color to produce a dark shade, which we will apply to add depth and dimension. Now use a black paint to draw the straight lines for the tree trunk. With the forest complete, we will now focus on the river's centerpiece, that is the serene lotus pond. First we will paint the leaves, mixing the sap green and deep cyan to create a beautiful bluish green color. So using a pointed tip round brush or a detailing brush, we will delicately draw some slim and oval shape to form the lotus leaf, and we will scatter these leaves throughout the river, leaving subtle gap between them to create a sense of depth. Notice how the leaves appear smaller in the distance and gradually increase in size as they approach the foreground. When painting the foreground leaves, we will add more details and texture, making them appear more lifelike. We will also enhance the shape and contours, setting the stage for additional details to come. Next, we will add a subtle layer of depth to the lotus leaf. Using sap green, we will gently apply a thin layer on top of the leaves, softly blending the color to create a natural and organic look. This delicate touch will enhance the leaf's texture and dimension. Now let's add the subtle shadow of the lotus leaves on the water surface. Mixing deep cyan and black, we will create a dark shade. With a small detailing brush, we will carefully apply this shade beneath the lotus leaf, capturing the delicate shadow. With a shadow in place, we will now create the gentle ripples that surrounds the leaves. To achieve this, we will mix a deep cyan and cerulean blue, yielding a captivating medium blue shade. Using this enchanting blue, we will delicately add the ripples around the leaves. Now let's add some details on top of the lotus leaf. To create the leaf texture, we are going to mix the color sap green and deep cyan to have a dark bluish green shade, and we are using this green to add the details on the surface of the leaves. So we are adding the lines. So you can use a tip of a detailing brush or your round brush to add the delicate details. With our composition in place, we will now bring the lotus to life. We will start by drawing a circle and filling it with white, allowing the layer to dry completely. Next, we will add a warm glow to the lotus. Beginning at the base of the circle, we will apply orange, gradually blending it towards up. To achieve a radiant yellowish orange color, we will mix orange and yellow, applying this shade to the midsection of the circle. Finally, a vibrant yellow will be added to the top, creating a mesmerizing glowing effect. For lotus center complete, we will now focus on crafting the delicate petals. We will begin by adding the top petals, carefully drawing the curved lines to define their shape. Filling these petals with white, and we will allow them to dry before adding a touch of warmth. To achieve a soft glowing effect, we will apply the orange to the outer edges of the petals, blending it inward. Mixing yellow and orange, we will add this shade to the center of the petals, gradually deepening the color. Next, we will focus on painting the petals that wrap around the front of the lotus center. Using orange, we will carefully craft these petals from a side perspective, adding depth and dimension to our painting. To achieve a natural curved shape, we will apply orange to the outer edges of the petals while reserving the inner sections for yellow. This subtle contrast will enhance the lotus texture and visual appeal. We will repeat the process, carefully painting the remaining petals with orange on the outside and yellow on the inside. To make the painting even more magical, let's take the color orange and just apply the color and sweep the color across the canvas like this to add the light from the lotus, and I'm using my small detailing brush to add the details here. Next, with a small detailing brush, we will add a series of small and large dots, varying their size to create a sense of depth and visual interest. Once the orange dots are completely dry, we will use yellow paint to add a tiny dot at the center of each orange dot. This subtle technique will create a captivating glow effect as if the lotus gentle light is radiating outward and infusing the surrounding space with magic. Now we will capture the soft glow rising from the lotus as it gently falls on the surrounding leaves. To achieve this, we will carefully apply orange to the areas of the leaves that face the lotus using gentle unblended strokes. Allowing the orange layer to dry completely, we will then introduce a touch of warm yellow to the composition, delicately applying yellow only half of the orange area. We will create a captivating sense of depth and luminosity. This subtle layered approach will infuse our painting with a soft magical glow as if the lotus gentle light is illuminating the surrounding foliage. Now let's add the final touch in this painting. Repeating the process, we will add more orange dots varying their size and placement to enhance the sense of movement and energy. Then with a delicate touch, we will add a tiny yellow dots to the center of each orange dot, and now we have the beautiful glowing effect. Now let's see the complete look of this painting. Please share your thoughts about this painting in the comment section. I will meet you guys with another beautiful painting with a step-by-step tutorial in my next video. Until then, have fun with colors.